So we've come to the end really of this whole series, and really it's, I'll say last but not least, because I just want to thank you more than anything. This is quite a journey, and I think there's an awful lot of information for you to take on board, and I get that. But one thing tried to make it sort of simple and put it into different modules so that you can dip in and out. Now you may want to watch the whole set of modules all in order, but there is no specific order really. They all have their part to play. So first of all, I want to thank you. Secondly, I want to congratulate you on being interested and curious and wanting to look at information and wanting to research this and taking some power back and taking some control back. So yes, thank you for looking into what this is doing. Thank you for buying into our series, but also congratulations. And you should be proud of yourself for not just blindly handing yourself over and expecting everybody else to do everything for you, that you are taking control and you're taking your health in your hands, and that's really, really important. So use these modules, they're yours, you can dip in and out, and the knowledge that you have gained, I would ask you to share this with as many people as possible. It's just so valuable. It doesn't need to just be shared with people who're going through any kind of chronic disease. More importantly even, is to share it with people who just need to start looking at their health. And we all need to start looking at our health and well-being. With statistics the way they are, it's not something that we can continue to ignore. And we know across the world that certain chronic diseases are escalating, and there is a reason for this. So I know that all of the information that we've put in, and there is a lot of it, is valuable, is absolutely invaluable to you. So thank you. I congratulate you, and well done for putting your health in your hands. So I wanted to conclude the whole of this modular series by saying, it's so critical that we, all of us, take full responsibility, 100% responsibility for our health and well-being, okay? No one is going to, live our lives for us. No one is responsible for our health more than we are. And we can't expect ourselves to hand ourselves over to the medical profession and ask them to fix us when in the background we're not doing anything to look at our own health and well-being. It's so important. And in fact, I know that in the UK, if people took more responsibility for the health and well-being, it would probably have way less impact on the National Health Service. So we've really got to look at prevention rather than cure. Of course we need to look at cures, I get that too, but we seriously have got to start looking at the critical importance of prevention. And there's so many things we can do. We talked about sharing information. If you know anything or anybody else knows anything about health and wellness that works, we need to share this information, okay? I'm sharing this because it's critical. There is absolutely no way I could have gone through this journey and not shared this information with you. So let's take responsibility for our health and well-being. Now, well-being and health is not just about the food that you put in your body and the drink, and we've talked all about those kinds of things, but it is also about looking at the whole approach to your health and well-being, your finances, whether you fit in, whether you're part of a community, do you feel isolated, what's your work like, what are your relationships like, what about where you live, your house, your home. All of those things have an impact on your health and well-being. It's so critical that we make sure that we're constantly assessing those elements. And if there are any areas that are not working for us, we need to put things in place to help us make those things better and work for us, okay? So that's really, really critical. Take 100% responsibility for your health and well-being in all matters. The other thing I would say is that it's really, really important to continue this protocol. It's no good just to wait until you're sick or something's happening in your life where you need to sort of really put your health and well-being as a priority. No, we need to do it all the time. It's not something that we can just switch off. If we switch off and we create that, we're creating our own problem. Now, again, I'm not saying that you can never have a pizza again and you should never have a takeaway and you can't do fast food and all of that kind of stuff and you should exercise every single day, and if you don't, you're going to get ill. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is let's try and work on an 80-20 kind of principle. 80% healthy, 20% maybe having the odd indulgence. I certainly work on a 90-10 principle. 90% super healthy and 10% I kind of relax a bit. What we don't want is obsession, but what we do want is a total commitment to health and well-being. And I'll end this element by saying to you that I want you to be your own best friend. It's really, really important that we start being nicer to ourselves and kinder to ourselves. You wouldn't say some of the things that you say to yourself, you wouldn't say them to a friend. So don't say them to yourself. I was my own worst enemy. I was very, very harsh on myself. And I've had to learn through this journey to nurture myself more, to rest when I needed it, to be kinder to myself and be less judgmental. And I would ask you to do the same. Please be your own best friend. Be your own best friend. Put health and well-being as the number one priority. There is nothing else more important than your health. And also take 100% responsibility for your health and well-being, because if you don't, nobody else will. So well done for going through all the modules. They're there for you. You can go back and forward and look at them as many times as you like. I've said over and over again, it's your health. It's so important. It really, really is. There is nothing else. Everything pales in comparison to wanting to be healthy and wanting to be alive and well, So well done for, making the investment to have a look at these modules. I hope they've really helped you. I hope there's a lot of information in there for you. There is a lot. We've touched on some things. There's some other things we could talk about, but I would urge you then that if there are other things that you're interested in, please go on the Reset for Success website. Reset, we have a website and it has a lot of information on there. There's also retreats, there's one-day retreats, there's weekend retreats, there's weekly things that you can come and do if you want to immerse yourself in a bit more information. I also do one-to-one things, so if you're really interested in working with me one-on-one, then please contact me. I'll be so happy to hear from you. And I just want to leave you with this. I want to say to you, please love yourself more than anything else and love your health more than anything else. And thank you so very much. And I love you and I bless you. And here's to your health and well-being.